I think it's big Canadian tennis news to see Felix Auger-Aliassime enter the top five for the first time in his career. And he made the semifinals in Turin. I thought he had an incredible event again. And really, you just look at this resurgence to this season that he's had. Basically, all started at Flushing Meadows, making the semifinals of the U.S. Open. And now he's kind of proving again he's one of these big dogs who can challenge and beat just about anybody else except for these two. What was your takeaway from his week in Italy?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm super happy for Felix. I'm always a huge Auger-Aliassime fan. He's a great guy off the court. Always, cheer on his successes. And so to see what he was able to accomplish from the U.S. Open forward, massive 21-5 in completed matches. And then two of those losses, of course, coming at the finals against the best players in the world. So, we say Jannik Sinner's the best indoor player. He has been over the past 2 years, but this decade, no one has more wins than Felix. So
Nice.
this is the time of the year where he really turns it up and won another title in Brussels. And I think 5 of his 8 titles have come in the month of October. So he's kind of, the Reggie Jackson of the tennis world, Mr. October.
I love that.
And he thrives on these, indoor conditions. There's no reason why he can't take that onto other surfaces and throughout the rest of the season as well. But to reach a career high, get 50 wins again in a season is massive. And he is a guy that can challenge them. He has weapons. And so, that serve has let him down in the past. But if he can stay consistent with the second serve, improve that second serve, the forehand is a massive weapon. I mean, he has no real holes in the game. I love his athleticism. I love the way he moves. So yeah, and I like his confidence. I think for Felix, for me, what it comes down to is his belief.
Yeah.
I talked to him a whole bunch in Cincinnati, and he was there mentally, and he believed that he could, take it to these guys and, the Sinners and the Alcarazes, and that he could beat them. And so that's 80% of the battle is believing that when you step on court, you can win, and you believe you will win. Because if you don't, you have zero chance. So, he's happy off court as well. Obviously, got married
Mhm.
in September, and seems delighted at all that too. So just a great, like, I don't think he could have had a better fall. Like,
No, really.
semifinals, U.S. Open, married, qualifies for the ATP Finals after he, I think he was like 27 in the world entering the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Finishes at a career high. Well, I mean, what a run! What a run! Cheers to Felix.
An amazing run, and I still think there's a lot to untap, obviously, in terms of results. I mean, the Slam results didn't come this year until that U.S. Open. You asked the question and sort of answered it yourself. Can he deliver on all surfaces? And I was looking back at his 2025 campaign. The biggest surprise to me was a really rough clay court swing where, he lost 6 of 9 matches. But I think back to a few years ago, him challenging Rafa in a 5-set battle at Roland Garros. There's no reason to think some of his weapons, I mean, he's been to quarterfinals at Wimbledon, can't translate to all surfaces. So do you think if he's kind of in that self-assured mindset where he's not second guessing in himself, he's playing sort of forward aggressive tennis, we're going to see more of this consistency across 2026?
I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Everything is there. It's just, being disciplined. He puts in the work, never afraid to do that in the off season. So I'm expecting an even better, Felix Auger-Aliassime come 2026. One that is, focused on staying at the top, and getting higher. Can he get to 1 and 2? Sure. Why not? It's going to be a challenge though, because as we've said, Carlitos and Yannick have set themselves apart. And so you're going to have to knock them off. There's no reason why somebody can't do that, but it's going to be a heck of a challenge to get it done. But what I like about Felix is that he comes with weapons. And as you said, he has the ability to get even better in certain areas. So I just want to see that consistency. I want to see him stay in the top. I mean, to stay in the top 5 for the whole year is aggressive. I'd like to see him stay in the top 10 for the whole year. I'd like to see him make the ATP Finals again next year because he's got a lot of room for opportunity to gain. Obviously, he won a couple titles early last year, but there is that stretch in the clay court season where he can get a lot of points. So yeah, that honestly, that's the one good thing about what he did. He kind of like spread out his results this year, so there are opportunities to advance. But I want to see the consistency.
Thank you guys so much for watching us at Matchpoint Canada. If you like our work, follow along, hit the subscribe button below.